Why is the Indonesian election important for East Asia? Indonesia will hold the world's largest single-day election. Around 280,000 Indonesians can cast their votes from Taiwan, including the largest group of migrant workers here. By voting overseas, they're giving their voice to China-Taiwan relations. Will this situation influence their voting intentions? I'm here at the Taipei main station. Let's listen to some voices of Indonesians.
Kalau di view sih kayaknya ada ya, bisa jadi. Dari sisi keamanan, terus pekerjaan juga.
Kalau saya enggak sih, saya sebenarnya walaupun itu pilihan saya 01, Pak Anies juga bukan berarti memutus begitu saja hubungan luar negeri dengan Cina kan?
Enggak juga sih, aku juga kalau misalkan masalah Cina sama Taiwan sih aku lebih ke, ya itu kan negara mereka ya.
We've seen what Indonesians in Taiwan think. Let's look at what it's like in Indonesia.
This is the current president of Indonesia, Joko Widodo. He's ending his presidency after nearly a decade, leaving behind a stronger relationship between Indonesia and China. Throughout his 2 terms, Indonesia has turned to China for major projects. One example is the Jakarta-Bandung Railway funded under China's Belt and Road Initiative. On February 14, Indonesians will cast their votes for the next president. All 3 pairs of candidates have stated that Indonesia should not take sides between superpowers. While Anies Baswedan has more interactions with Western countries than with China, Ganjar Pranowo belongs to a party with good relationships with the Chinese Communist Party. Prabowo Subianto is pairing up with Widodo's son Gibran Rakabuming Raka. Some analysts view them as likely to continue Widodo's approach to China. They're leading in recent polls, but whoever becomes the next president of Indonesia will shape the geopolitics of the region.
Cross-strait relations have become more increasingly tense in recent years. We want to know whether the life and situations of these Indonesians in Taiwan have affected their choices in this presidential election. So I'm going to meet Ririn, an Indonesian migrant worker here in Taiwan for 12 years.
Mungkin saya lihat akhir-akhir ini mungkin Cina lebih banyak mendukung Indonesia. Tentu aja, soalnya saya sendiri ada rencana untuk tinggal di Taiwan. Kalau misalnya mereka mungkin ada lebih ketegangan, mungkin ada sesuatu yang terjadi, mungkin dikatakanlah parahnya ada perang kayak gitu. Tentu aja ada ketakutan tersendiri. Salah satunya sebenarnya sih soal apa itu namanya, yang sekarang kan Pak Jokowi. Saya rasa Indonesia lumayan maju lah dari sebelum-sebelumnya kayak gitu. Jadi mungkin ya emang sih mungkin anaknya ya, diturunkan dari anaknya, tapi anaknya sih sebenarnya bukan karena anaknya ini sih anaknya itu, cuma menurut saya mungkin pasangan nomor 2 bisa meneruskan apa itu namanya kerja kerasnya Pak Jokowi.
For Indonesian migrant workers like Ririn, tension between China and Taiwan is one factor of their voting choice. And for Indonesian student Deli living in Taiwan, that's affect how she feels about the cross-strait relation.
Apa gambaranku tentang Taiwan? Tentang Taiwan, ya mungkin efeknya nggak secara langsung ya Kak, nggak directly ke Delhi. Tapi sebagai seorang mahasiswa yang berada di Taiwan sudah kurang lebih 5 tahun, kemudian juga mengetahui kondisi politik antara China dan juga Taiwan, di mana Taiwan juga barusan memilih presiden yang baru kan Kak, dan di tengah situasi yang kompleks ini, Delhi cuma berharap satunya, siapapun ke depannya yang terpilih nanti, baik presiden maupun wakil presidennya, Delhi cuma berharap bisa membuat ketegangan ini, bisa membuat kondisi ini lebih membaik, dan membuat kami warga Indonesia yang ada di Taiwan menjadi memiliki rasa aman.
China is Indonesia's #1 trading partner and second largest investor. There's a concern that if the tensions between China and Taiwan is continue to rise and turn into conflict, it could affect the international trade, and Indonesia should be concerned.
The economic impact of, let's say, especially those who are working as migrant workers, it will be quite huge in terms of how it will affect, let's say, their families and relatives who are living in Indonesia. And since, of course, they are the ones who are very instrumental in supporting their family, the economic of their family back home. That at the same time, Indonesian government got a lot of investment from China, meaning that economic relationship with China is increased. At the same time, economic and cultural relationship with Taiwan also increased. So I believe that both ways can run together.
One thing is clear, Indonesians in Taiwan do feel the cross-strait tension, but not overly anxious. In the upcoming Indonesian election, expert says that in principle, whoever wins the election will largely continue Widodo's approach to China and likely not to choose a side between China and Taiwan. Do you think Indonesia will get closer to China?